From Chicago, it's the final weekend of the first rotation through the Big East schedule as the 11th ranked DePaul Blue Demons play host to the Villanova Wildcats. And you will be getting a look at the top two teams in the Big East Conference. The standings up to date after Marquette's win today over Georgetown finds DePaul with a 2-game lead over Villanova. Then you see that log jam from 3 through 7. So obviously a big ball game here tonight for these two teams. And hi again, everybody, and welcome to McGrath-Phillips Arena. Along with Patricia Babcock-McGraw, I'm Dave Bernhard. We'll hear from Johnny Soper in just a bit. Patricia, as I take a look at this game, two numbers just jump out at me. And play along with me here now.
Okay.
90 and 60.
Well, two very different numbers and two very different teams. DePaul is high octane, averaging nearly 90 points per game. That is number one in the Big East. Villanova, meanwhile, is methodical, and they are all about defense, allowing just 60 points per game. So the number one offense in the Big East versus the number one defense in the Big East. Which style will win out?
Well, the style will be dictated by the coaches. It's a really special night here for both these coaches, Doug Bruno for DePaul and for Harry Perretta from Villanova. And there you see a presentation that took place just moments ago. Harry Perretta retiring after 42 years as a head coach at Villanova.
We have got two special coaches, coaching legends, Doug Bruno, Harry Perretta. And Doug and DePaul are honoring Harry Perretta, who, as you said, is going to be saying goodbye at the end of this season. Perretta is retiring after 42 years at Villanova, which ties a national record for longevity at one school. Perretta has 776 career wins, 20 20-win seasons, and 3 Big East titles since starting in 1978.
Well, there you go, and this is his current edition, and these are his 5 starters here tonight. Madison Siegrist, Mary Gadeka, 37 points combined per game for those two, one a senior and one a freshman.
They are the big duo for Villanova. They have been getting it done all season, big in rebounding, great at passing the ball, getting teammates involved. DePaul has got to keep an eye on those two players.
On the other side for DePaul, the Blue Demons 17-2 on the season, ranked 11th in one poll, 12th in another. This is the customary starting lineup. Shante Stonewall, 4th in the conference in scoring. Kelly Campbell, the nation's leading assist-to-turnover ratio player in the nation.
Kelly Campbell, the do-it-all player in this conference, stuffing the stat sheet night in and night out. Points, rebounds, assists, you name it, Kelly Campbell gets the job done.
Villanova checks into this ball game, having won 3 in a row, 5 of their last 6 after starting the season 0-3. The Wildcats up to 11-7. DePaul working on an 8-game winning streak, perfect 7-0 in the conference. Blue Demons have won 15 of their last 16 games, and it will be DePaul with it first. Lexi Hell, the move from the sophomore, and it will roll in.
What I like about Lexi Hell's game is she can really do it all from anywhere. A great three-point shooter, but can also get to the rim.
Raven James will be cut off by Sonia Morris. Morris, second leading scorer for DePaul, plays a little defense there, and we'll tip it out to Deja Church. Church coming off a couple of double-doubles. Campbell for 3 from the corner, just off the front of the iron. Kelly Campbell picked up her 1,000th point in the win on Sunday against Butler. Actually got it by virtue of a three-pointer.
One thing you will notice about Villanova is the patience, Dave, and this team is perfectly content to work the ball around for good shots, and that's a good open look there.
This is a team that will shoot threes, 7.7 threes on the season. Mary Gadeka hit a 3 on one end, DePaul counters on the other. Sonia Morris bags her 43rd 3 of the season. DePaul checks in second in the nation in three-pointers per game at over 11. First shot of the game from 8-time Freshman of the Week player Madison Siegrist. Minute and a half in, Church powers her way to the hole. Villanova, as Trish said, averages about 60 points per game. And as we said, 37 of those points coming from just 2 players. Harry Perretta is looking for a little bit more offense from the other 3 players that are on the floor at any given time. Softly off the glass, for Siegrist. Here's Shantae Stonewall. Halfway through the shot clock. Held will look to create. Lexi Held used that patented stutter step on her drive.
And Doug Bruno telling us that not only is Villanova patient with their own offense, but the way that they play you defensively, just so calculated, forces you oftentimes to be patient within your offense. That is how that they are able to slow down the tempo of this game. They keep games low scoring. I mean, they've had scoring games in the 40s this year that they have won. So this is a team that is perfectly content to really walk the ball up the floor if need be, work the ball around, and they kind of dictate that tempo to the teams that they play.
A couple of free throws for Lexi Held, and here comes that full court pressure. Wildcats will break it to James. Raven James on the board. 5'6" junior from Upper Marlboro, Maryland. Morris going to pop another three. You'll be able to see very quickly the difference that Trish was talking about just in terms of the pace that Villanova wants to play, how many seconds get off the shot clock on their possessions. And that pass from Sigris misses its mark.
Turnovers up a little this year for Villanova, but typically because they are so methodical and because they are so careful and calculated, this is a team that typically does not turn the ball over from season to season very often at all.
Church stumbles her way to the basket.
Here's a Church transferring in to DePaul from Michigan. She has that Big Ten experience and was able to make a quick transition here to DePaul. Once she learned the offense, been a great addition for the Blue Demons. She has that speed and quickness and quick trigger that Coach Doug Bruno looks for. She has really done a nice job of kind of bringing that versatility that typical DePaul players have. We've seen her hit some threes this season. Also does a great job of getting to the rim. Another typical Doug Bruno player.
It's taken her a little bit of a while to develop into that type of player. Of course, an excellent player coming in, but you've seen her total game grow as the season has gone along.
And I think her confidence grow as well.
Good ball movement from the Wildcats. Blue Demons will go the other way. Ooh, a crossover. Madison Segrist up with it, head to Cameron Onken. Samantha Karanji came into the game and the last dead ball for Villanova. Morris open left wing.
That's what Kelly Campbell does, keeping the possession alive for DePaul. And this is such a good shooting team. You give them even one extra opportunity, and they are most likely going to capitalize.
Top team in the Big East in offensive rebounding. DePaul with 15 offensive rebounds per game, and that last one leads to a three.
And that is stunning, Dave, because this DePaul team, as they have been from year to year recently, not a very big team. And that just goes to show how much of rebounding is just pure desire and want to. And this team full of guards to lead the league in offensive rebounds with 15 per game is stunning.
Shantae Stonewall makes easy work of that inbounds pass, and DePaul quickly to an 8-point lead, and just as quickly, Harry Peretta will take a timeout. Well, this is the one thing DePaul wanted to do. Villanova didn't want any part of that. Blue Demons in the first 4+ minutes, 13 points on the board. Sonia Morris, the miss. Campbell, the rebound. You miss 1-3, you're going to get another here from Lexi Held.
You're watching DePaul Ball on the Big East Digital Network.
The amount of student loan debt I have, I'm embarrassed to even say.
I felt like I was going to spend my whole adult life paying this off.
Thanks to SoFi, I
can see the light at the end of the tunnel.
As of 12 p.m. today, I am debt-free.
We have no debt, we don't owe anybody anything, and it's fantastic.
My parents never taught me anything about managing money.
The amount of student loan debt I have, I'm embarrassed to even say.
We just decided we didn't want debt any longer.
I didn't realize how easy investing could be.
I'm picking companies that I believe in.
I think SoFi Money is amazing.
Thank you, SoFi.
SoFi, thank you. We love you.
We're all in, all together. Great voices right at the start, great energy. We're getting excited about what we do, all right? You know how together you are. You know how hard you're gonna work, but you also know how good you are. Let's go show them. 1, 2, 3. Together!
This is our time.
When we bring it together and we all locked in, we coming back in this locker room with a victory.
That's the Big East way. The 2020 Women's Basketball Tournament at Wintrust Arena. Get tickets now.
Here, we do what others don't.
Dream what others won't. Driven to leap forward, determined to always give back.
Here, we work where giants have played, where the connection of work and ethic is made.
A diverse community possessed with a passion
to know and grow and go and show the world we are prepared to change it. Here, we ask what must be done, for in doing we learn and earn success.
And you can get there from here.
DePaul University. Here we do.
DePaul continues a full weekend of playing possessed this Sunday afternoon when Georgetown visits McGrath-Phillips Arena for a 2 p.m. matchup. Join DePaul fans on the Lincoln Park campus as the 11th-ranked Blue Demons seek to continue their winning ways and remain atop the Big East Conference standings. Call the DePaul ticket office today to reserve your seats at 773-325-SLAM or visit DePaulBlueDemons.com for more information on additional ticket opportunities. I'm Dave Bernhardt. Alongside us, Patricia Babcock-McGraw. Let's join the third member of our announcing team, and that is Johnny Soper.
And Trish, redshirt freshman Maddie Segrist from Villanova has not only taken the league by storm, but has surprised even her own head coach. We had a chance to speak with Harry Peretta yesterday, and he didn't see this year coming, averaging over 20 points per game. He told us he's been shocked in terms of how many points she's scoring. But what has really impressed him is Segrist's ability to learn. He said she's unselfish in nature, and her willingness to learn from everyone around her has made her a better player. Dave, Trish, back to you.
Thank you very much, Johnny. You just saw the miss there from Segrist. She is scoreless here in the first 4.5 minutes of this game. But it's a tough matchup here today for Maddie Segrist because Shantae Stonewall is hounding her.
Shantae Stonewall, probably one of the best defenders in not only in the Big East but in the country. She is just so quick, long arms, covers a lot of ground. That is going to be a very tough matchup for the freshman Segrist, but she's got a good pedigree, Dave. Averaged 33 points in high school. She knows how to put the ball in the basket. Had a 41-point game at LaSalle earlier this season.
Lexi Held bags her second three already. Sophomore from Burlington, Kentucky in double figures, and DePaul has an 11-point lead. And that miss comes off the left hand of Cameron Unken. Nothing there for Church. Diva Kelchu had checked in about 2 minutes ago. We'll return it to Held. Lexi Held feeling it. And Mary Gadeka with it. Gadeka averaging 5.8 rebounds per game.
And you see bringing the ball up. Wasn't doing that earlier in her career. She's been starting since her freshman year, but she has really improved her guard skills, made her game more versatile, and that's given Segrist inside more opportunities, and she's really taking advantage. The rebounds are good. Segrist, leading rebounder on this team, leading scorer on this team, and that is trouble for DePaul.
Deja Church.
Deja Church down. And the way she looks like she is in pain.
Well, she had an ankle injury earlier this year. She missed 3 games. You see braces on both. She was reaching towards that left ankle. We were just talking about here. Let's see if we can pick it up.
And she's at the top of the screen there by the free throw line.
Oh, she just slipped on her own.
Yeah, she did. Just taking the ball out of bounds, and you saw her ankle buckle there. I think that was her left ankle, and man, that was painful.
Well, you have to look to see whether Deja will have a smile on her face, because that's how she plays most of the time. No smile right now.
You know, earlier this season, we saw the exact same thing happen to her. Remember, she went out in a game, and she looked like she was probably going to not come back. And she did. She walked it off. She was able to come back and return and play. And it was an ankle injury in that game as well. Hopefully, she'll be able to walk this one off and be okay to return.
Lob inside, given away, stolen by Segrist. Redshirt freshman from Poughkeepsie, New York. Baseline for Gadeka. 16-7 is the DePaul lead. Boy, that pass got through in traffic. McKelja open for three. You can see the Villanova style of play. They were equal in numbers, but there was no pushing it there for Mary Gadeka. Good look at a three, and rattling it home is Brooke Mullen, 5'11" freshman from Langhorne, Pennsylvania.
This team can hit three-pointers. Villanova third in the Big East, and three-pointers made at nearly 8 per game. They will shoot from out there.
Another rebound from Unk, and Shante Stonewall with the miss. DePaul 3 of 9 from three-point range. Blue Demons make 35% of their threes on the season.
Look at the intensity that Shante Stonewall is guarding Segrist with. Segrist, the #1 scorer in the Big East. She's just not even touching the ball on a lot of possessions for Villanova.
Yeah, she has just one layup moments ago, and that's it. Stonewall looking for the whistle, didn't get it. Now she does. Shante Stonewall on so many preseason award lists. Stonewall this season prior to the year on the Ann Myers Drysdale watch list, the Naismith Trophy watch list, Cheryl Miller Award watch list.
Well, what I like about Shante, too, so many things, but she's the #1 scorer on this DePaul team at 18 points per game, and she carries a huge load offensively, but she leads this team in steals. As a matter of fact, she's #1 in the Big East in steals. She gets the job done defensively, doesn't shy away from a tough defensive assignment like Segrist, and you see her playing the point of the press and causing that turnover there. Villanova can't even inbound the ball. It's those long arms and that long reach of Shante Stonewall.
Great athleticism for the senior from Normal, Illinois. She, along with Kelly Campbell, preseason picks on the Big East first team. A little floater from Sonia Morris. Morris averaging 16 points per game. She has 5. Lexi Held averages 14 a game. She has 10 here. We still have 2.5 minutes to play in the first quarter. DePaul's doubled it up on the Wildcats. Nothing there for Karanji. Segrist can't get it to go, and here's the race. All 5 in a line. Boy, what a pass inside to Stonewall.
How about that determination? And a series of moves there, including the up and under strong move to the basket by Shante Stonewall, who I feel in the last year or so has really improved her post moves.
Well, I was going to say, for the folks that have followed Shante Stonewall's career in the Big East and have watched her all along, you would not have seen this 2 years ago.
Right. She came in definitely more perimeter oriented and has really worked as she's become the biggest player on the floor in many cases for DePaul on those post moves. And her teammates really look for her inside, and she often demands the ball on the post because she knows that she has worked on herself in that area and she can get herself to the rim.
Well, there you see Deja Church checking in for Shante Stonewall, so it was more of a scare on Deja's part, I think, when she went down underneath the basket.
Yep.
Trouble in the backcourt. Bridget Hurley will bring it up against McKelja. Hurley at 6'2", a senior from Braintree, Massachusetts. Hurley a little step under. And Wildcats struggling a bit. However, they're going to get it back right here. They'll give it away again.
Nice pass.
And Held will finish it.
Beautiful basketball, putting it right where Lexi Held needed it to get away from the defense, out in front of her.
A 24-10 lead coming up on a minute to play in the first quarter. The 11th ranked team in the nation, the DePaul Blue Demons.
Their highest ranking, Dave, since 2011. And they were number 9 in the country in the final AP poll.
They have steadily climbed those rankings throughout this season. Morris will go glass.
How that beating not one, but 2 defenders right up and over the top of the help. Sonia Morris, so good with that quick first step and getting herself to the basket.
DePaul on a current 10-0 run. That's come in the last 2 minutes. Gadeka will look to put an end to it right here.
A lot on the shoulders of Mary Gadeka, the senior, as well as Maddie Segrist, the freshman. Those two have accounted for the vast majority of Villanova's scoring this season. Either one of the two of them have led this team in scoring in every single game. And you mentioned it, Harry Peretta looking for a consistent third scorer. Bridget Herlihy has stepped up in some recent games, but Villanova looking for some additional firepower. They need it.
No, that is remarkable that either Segrist or Gadeka has led this team in scoring in every single one of their 18 games this year. They have scored 62% of their team's points. Jolene Daniger into the ball game for DePaul in the final 15 seconds. She's setting up in the left corner. She'll get it now. Morris all the way. And that will close out the first quarter. Big time scoring for DePaul. It's exactly the way the Blue Demons wanted, averaging 86 points per game this season. That's 4th best in the country. And they have it going right now. Running the break, shooting the 3. It's 26-12 after 1.
You're watching DePaul Ball on the Big East Digital Network.
We're all in, all together. Great voices right at the start, great energy. We're getting excited about what we do, all right? You know how together you are. You know how hard you're going to work, but you also know how good you are. Let's go, Storm. 1, 2, 3.
Together!
This is our time.
When we bring it together and we all locked in, we coming back in this locker room with a victory.
That's the Big East way. The 2020 Women's Basketball Tournament at Wintrust Arena. Get tickets now.
What is a Villanovan? In 30 seconds? Well, Villanovans aim high. Top 50 National University high. We think fast and stay connected. V's up. Villanovans think deeply, push boundaries, and go, go, go! Still with me? We climb corporate ladders and these ladders. This campus is our home, but you can find us almost anywhere. Villanovans have big hearts and solve even bigger problems, and we celebrate together. Ignite change, go Nova.
My parents never taught me anything about managing money.
The amount of student loan debt I have, I'm embarrassed to even say.
We just decided we didn't want debt any longer.
I didn't realize how easy investing could be.
I'm picking companies that I believe in.
I think SoFi money is amazing.
Thank you, SoFi.
SoFi, thank you. We love you.
Stand up stronger. I got the power, gonna raise it up. So high, we're shining brighter.
Hands tomorrow, the DePaul men's basketball team will conclude their current 3-game homestand with a rematch against the St. John's Red Storm at 1 p.m. at Wintrust Arena. Take the CTA red or green train lines to Cermak Chinatown and see Big East college basketball from one of the most competitive conferences in the country this season. Individual tickets start at just $20. For more information, call 773-325-SLAM or visit DePaulBlueDemons.com today.
You know, I was talking earlier about Bridget Herlihy, and she's a senior on this team. Harry Preda wanting more scoring out of other players besides Gadeka and Seacrest, and he's gotten some production out of Herlihy. She's coming off a 17-point game against Georgetown. That's her season high. She's averaging double figures over four of the last 6 games, 11 points per game. And she has a younger sister on this team, a younger sister by 1 year, Brianna, and they won a state championship together in high school. How special is that? And now they're playing together at the college level.
Bridget Herlihy in the ball game. She is scoreless here in the opening 10 minutes of play. Maddie Seacrest on the skip to Brooke Mullen. And that will roll out of there, and an offensive opportunity once again for the Wildcats. Let's check in with Johnny Soper. He was listening in to Harry Peretta's huddle.
As a message from Coach Peretta to his team in the huddle in the break was, take your time and make a couple of shots and then get back and play. And you've seen DePaul has done a great job against Maddie Seacrest, holding her to just 2 points in the first quarter. He just wants them to take their time, run the offense.
Well, Bridget Herlihy got those points that Trish was looking for. And actually, from what Johnny told us, Harry Peretta's got to be happy because he just get it in there, score, and get back.
Well, and Villanova is showing some patience to get that high percentage shot from Herlihy. Well, that's a good sequence for Villanova. They patiently waited through DePaul's offense, forced a missed shot, scored before that. But that's exactly what you don't want to do. Cannot turn the ball over against this DePaul team. DePaul's so good at making points off of turnovers.
And that was one of the keys to the game for Villanova is you're going to turn the ball over against DePaul. Even though, as you said, Villanova's perennially led the nation in fewest turnovers, you just can't give up points off of it. Now Seacrest breaking the other way. Excellent defense there from Morris. 5 on 4. Almost a set shot from Sonia Morris. She's reached double figures already. She has 10. The DePaul lead is at 15.
You know, you talk about the turnovers and how key they are for DePaul. And right there, Villanova doing a nice job with Gadeka inside, but DePaul, over the last 2 games at Xavier and Butler, forced 50 turnovers in that Butler game. Scored 28 points off of those turnovers. A huge part of DePaul's game is getting you to make mistakes and then capitalizing at the other end. Ethan Church looking like he has great mobility after that little ankle scare earlier in this game.
That's her first basket of this game. She comes in averaging almost 11 points per game. She's a junior from Southfield, Michigan. Blue Demons working on an 8-game winning streak. And Maddie Seacrest will get her second basket of the game.
Yeah, you are not going to keep Maddie Seacrest down. She's got a tough defensive assignment in Shantae Stonewall, but she does lead this league in scoring. She is a proven scorer. She can get the ball in the basket. She's got great spatial awareness and works well with Gadeka. You could tell on that last play, Gadeka really looking inside for Maddie Seacrest, wanting her to get going.
That's a senior looking for a freshman.
Yep.
Seacrest leading the conference in scoring, second in the Big East in rebounding. Up ahead to Mackenzie Gardler. Gardler making her first appearance in this game.
See how quickly Villanova pulled that out. That pace a little bit outside of the Wildcats' comfort zone there. They had numbers, but pulling it back out, thinking better of it. They are programmed to really work that ball around and be patient.
Well, that was something that Harry Peretta indicated this week, that Villanova started 0-3. It was an inexperienced team. Remember, Segrist, just a freshman, she redshirted last year. But so much so that up until a couple of weeks ago, Villanova in practice was having a hard time figuring out where to be on the floor, let alone transfer it into a game.
Yeah, he said, Harry Peretta said, you know, we're finally starting to look like a team that has a little bit of experience, but they lost a lot from last year, a lot of veteran senior players. They've got a lot of new faces, or faces that have been around but just didn't get a lot of experience in past years. So they really had to learn each other at the beginning of this season. There's definitely a steep learning curve for Villanova.
Church on a kick out to Stonewall. DePaul just 4 of 15 shooting the 3 here tonight. Villanova overall 7 of 21. Wildcats trail it by 12. Tough shot from Herlihy. Lexi Hill.
One of the best.
Yep.
We've talked about it before. Those shot fakes, stopping on a dime, just defense blowing by her. She is so good at that. So good at keeping a defender on her heels.
Doug Bruno mentioned earlier in the season, there's a 3-ball. Ring it up from the left side for Mackenzie Gardler. Doug Bruno was talking about Lexi Hill early in the season. He compared her just in terms of style of play to former DePaul great and current WNBA star Allie Quigley. And you know, since he said that, when you watch Lexi Hill play more and more, I see where all that's coming from.
Allie Quigley just has great instincts about where her defender is and how to ditch that defender. What move to put on that defender to give herself a little bit of a better look at the basket. And Lexi Hill is still, and the similarity between the two is just how smooth they are in doing that.
Bridget Herlihy with the score inside, and Doug Bruno not too pleased about that. He sees the DePaul lead go to single digits. Villanova has made 4 of their last 5 shots from the floor. Lexi Hill having a big first half, sophomore with 14 points here tonight.
You're watching Villanova women's basketball on the Big East Digital Network.
All right, we gotta be all in, all right? We gotta make sure we play with great passion. You have felt each other and helped each other and allowed yourselves to be helped with that, all right? We've got a great opportunity to do that today.
This is who we are.
When you look to your left and you see your sister over there, you help her. Because what we are one. Let's bring it.
1, 2, 3.
Yeah!
That's the Big East way. The 2020 Big East Women's Basketball Tournament at Wintrust Arena. Get tickets now.
Here, we do what others don't.
Dream what others won't. Driven to leap forward, determined to always give back.
Here, we work where giants have played, where the connection of work and ethic is made.
A diverse community possessed with a passion
to know and grow and go and show the world we are prepared to change it. Here, we ask what must be done, for in doing we learn and earn success.
And you can get there from here.
DePaul University. Here we do.
What is a Villanovan? In 30 seconds? Well, Villanovans aim high. Top 50 National University high. We think fast and stay connected. V's up. Villanovans think deeply, push boundaries, and go. Still with me? We climb corporate ladders and these ladders. This campus is our home, but you can find us almost anywhere. Villanovans have big hearts and solve even bigger problems, and we celebrate together. Ignite change, go Nova.
Stand up stronger. I got the power, gonna raise it up. So high, we're shining brighter. We got the power, gonna raise it up.
Wintrust Arena will host the 2020 Big East Women's Basketball Tournament presented by Jeep starting Friday, March 6th. Enjoy the competition as all 10 of the conference's teams vie for an automatic berth in the 2020 NCAA Women's Championship Tournament. Tickets are on sale now, so call the DePaul ticket office today to reserve your package or visit bigeast.com/WBB tickets for more information.
You know, Dave, Doug Bruno not messing around here. As soon as that lead got down to single digits, Doug Bruno calling a timeout, and I think that is a sign of how much respect he has for Villanova and Coach Harry Peretta. These two have been friends, adversaries, counterparts for so many years, 3 decades now. Doug Bruno, 711 wins at DePaul over 36 years. Harry Peretta, 776 wins over 42 years. 2,383 games coached between these two legends. 1,527 wins. Those numbers are incredible.
And what makes it even more incredible is each of these two have done it at the same school.
Same school, yeah, that is unheard of. Those 3 are 2 of 3 coaches in the women's game who have 700+ wins at the same school. The other coach, Gino Auriemma from Connecticut. That is pretty good company, those 3.
Sonia Morris hit her 3rd 3 of the game to give it a double-digit advantage for the Blue Demons at 36-24. Segrist posting up in the lane.
Well, she's feisty, isn't she? She leads this league in rebounding, too.
We've seen her all over the floor. We've seen her shoot the 3. We've seen her post up. Very active.
Check that number 2 in the Big East in rebounding, but still great numbers. 9 rebounds a game for Maddie Segrist, the number 1 scorer in this league at 20 points per game.
One of the reasons why she is an 8-time honoree as Big East Freshman of the Week. She was a 2-time National Freshman of the Week player this year. Maya Stovall in the ball game. Her line drive 3 comes up a bit short. Stovall been battling an ankle injury as well this season, starting to pick up a few more minutes as she's gone along. Stovall started 14 times for DePaul last year. Halfway through the season, started 14 of the last 15 DePaul games. Hurley will come in. She will replace Raven James. So they trade 5'6" player in James out, 6'2" Hurley in. That's all the travel on Deja Church. That was one of those where you turn around, you're open, you didn't realize you're going to be, and got a little too quick for yourself.
Excited, happy feet. Oh, look, I'm open. I've got a lane.
Do you have excited, happy feet in your playing days?
Well, sometimes, yes.
Okay.
But let's not talk about that.
on with the game. 3 minutes to play here in the first half. DePaul leading at 36-24. Top 2 teams in the conference. Gadeka can't get it. She battles for the offensive rebound and again and wins it.
And that's what you've got to do when you are battling from behind against a team like DePaul. You have got to give all that energy on the boards. That is your best opportunity to get easy buckets against a tough defensive team like DePaul.
Hurley now guarded by Stonewall.
Nice pass.
The cut from Gadeka. Mary Gadeka reaches double figures with 11. She averages 17.1 points per game, 6th best in the conference.
Pretty pass by Cameron Onken. Cameron Onken, one of those players that we were talking about from Villanova, 9 minutes per game last year and playing a prominent role here this year. It took a while for players like Cameron to get going, to get a feel for the game and for Harry and the way he coaches and chemistry.
Maya Stovall with the 3. That's DePaul's 6th here in the first half. We're under 2 minutes to play. DePaul led by as many as 16 points, and there's a 3 the other way. This one coming from Hurley.
She has played well lately. She's starting to feel it here today. You can see that confidence. She shot that ball without hesitation.
7 points for Bridget Hurley. Maddie Segrist sitting at just 4, and there's a sweet-looking 2 For Sonia Morris, 15 first half points. The two sophomores in the starting lineup for DePaul, Held and Morris, with 29 of DePaul's 41 points.
And you see how DePaul kind of picks their spots with the pressure in the full court, really keeping Villanova on its toes. It's exhausting. Is it coming or not? But Hurley, not affecting her whatsoever. She is shooting the lights out from pretty much the same spot. That's her sweet spot over there on the wing.
She has all 10 of her points coming here in the second quarter. Villanova back within 7. Hurley with the rebound. She has 5. Here come the Wildcats.
Oh, great hands by Deja Church, getting a hand on that ball. That looked like a sure layup for Segrist.
Here's Deja Church.
Pardon me, that was Onken.
And she's able to draw the foul from Segrist. And that has been one of the shortcomings for the freshman. According to Harry Peretta, Maddie Segrist will just make some fouls that are quite unnecessary, and that would have been one right there.
But that is part of the learning curve of a freshman.
Oh my goodness, look at that passing, what, within about 3 feet of each other.
Yes. Kind of in a triangle pattern there. Such good vision on the court. Doug Bruno recruits those players who have that vision, who can make those kind of passes. That's what he looks for when he's out on the recruiting trail. Not only that vision, but the unselfishness, Dave, to get that ball to the player who had the best opportunity to make a shot. Beautiful basketball.
It's one of the reasons DePaul's 17-2, the only 2 losses on the season to Oregon State and UConn. Blue Demons have won 8 in a row, 15 of their last 16 from dropping that game to UConn by just 10 points. With 10 seconds left. Gadeka with 3, with 2. And DePaul will head to the locker room. They led by 14 at the end of the first quarter. They'll go to the locker room here, up by 9. Blue Demons right at their per game pace of 86 points per game. They have 43. It's a 43-34 lead for your league leading and 11th ranked DePaul Blue Demons.
You're watching DePaul Ball basketball on the Big East Digital Network.
My parents never taught me anything about managing money.
The amount of student loan debt I have, I'm embarrassed to even say.
We just decided we didn't want debt any longer.
I didn't realize how easy investing could be.
I'm picking companies that I believe in.
I think SoFi Money is amazing.
Thank you, SoFi.
SoFi, thank you. We love you.
The amount of student loan debt I have, I'm embarrassed to even say.
I felt like I was going to spend my whole adult life paying this off.
Thanks to SoFi, I can see the light at the end of the tunnel.
As of 12 p.m. today, I am debt-free.
We have no debt, we don't owe anybody anything, and it's fantastic.
All right, we gotta be all in, all right? We gotta make sure we play with great passion. You have felt each other and helped each other and allowed yourselves to be helped with that, all right? We've got a great opportunity to do that today.
This is who we are.
When you look to your left and you see your sister over there, you help her. Because what we are one. Let's bring it.
1, 2, 3.
Yeah! That's the Big East way. The 2020 Big East Women's Basketball Tournament at Wintrust Arena. Get tickets now.
Stand up stronger. I got the power, gonna raise it up. So high, we're shining brighter. We got the power, gonna raise it up. We got the power, gonna raise it up.
Phillips Arena, where DePaul leads Villanova 43-34. Dave Bernhardt along with Patricia Babcock-McGraw, Johnny Soper as well. And it's awards time. Of course, every Monday the Big East releases their awards. And as you would expect here with the top 2 teams in the conference standings coming in, we've got some players in this ball game that were honored this past Monday.
Well, Maddie Segrist, it's not becoming a surprise anymore that her name is on this list. 8-time Freshman of the Week this year already. And she's done a great job leading this league in scoring, number 2 in this league in rebounding. Great job by her. And then Kristen Spolier from Butler had a very nice week. Look at those numbers, 27.5 points per game, 10.5 rebounds per game, averaging a double-double. What a special week for her.
And let's wipe that screen off and show you our Big East honor roll for this past week. Again, there'll be some familiar names on that. Shantae Stonewall, Mary Gadeka also on that list. So you've got, I mean, when you look at this conference, I mean, there you have Shadeen Samuels for Seton Hall. She was a preseason player of the year. Mary Gadeka, Shantae Stonewall, and then Altia Anderson, Alyssa Alston as well.
Well, Shantae Stonewall and Mary Gadeka are both in the top 10 in scoring in this league. And of course, Shantae Stonewall, the number 1 player in steals. Just some excellent players being honored this week, and 2 in this game.
This weekend marks the 4th edition of Fox College Basketball All Access. Coming to you Sunday at 6:30 on FS1. Seton Hall will take on St. John's at Walsh Gym. Both head coaches will be mic'd up for the duration of the limited commercial production. Fox Sports will also take viewers inside huddles, into the locker room, pre- and post-game, and much more. This week on Big East Fast Break, Megan Caffrey caught up with Tony Bozzella and Joe Tartamella ahead of their all-access matchup.
Ahead of Sunday's St. John's Seton Hall all-access game on FS1 at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Time, I'm joined with the head coaches of both of those teams, Johnny's head coach Joe Tartamella and Pirates head coach Tony Bozzella. Coach B, Coach T, you guys have both coached in an all-access game before. What is this experience like?
Go ahead, Tony. It is, it's a little nerve-wracking, to be honest with you. You're always thinking of what not to say as opposed to what to say, to be honest with you. But it's a great experience, and I think it gives the viewers a tremendous opportunity to see what coaching is really like, you know, the timeouts, the strategy during the game, you know, halftime, pregame. I think it's just a great experience.
Yeah, I think probably 4 years ago or 3 years ago, whenever we both agreed to do the first one ever, I'm not sure we probably knew what we were getting into at that time, but certainly it was an exciting game to be a part of. It's an interesting game as a coach because you're really mindful of kind of what you're saying and what you're doing, but I think at the end of the day, you realize you got to just coach the way you would coach any other game, and I feel a little bit better about that than I probably did in the first game that we did years ago, and then just seeing it done over time. But it's a great way to give exposure to the game, and I think it's only going to continue to get better and give fans more access, and that seems to be what you know, the new wave of where things have been going with how to interact with the game and how to be or how to show different sides of game-like situations to fans.
Coach Tartamella, you mentioned it right there. You and Coach Bozzella were the first to coach in this. Back in 2016, you guys had the first all-access game. How cool is it to see how much this has gotten a lot of traction, that now the men's side of things are doing it as well?
I think it's great. I mean, they came to both of us with the idea, and you know, we were happy to do it. I think we're both a little probably hesitant in ways, but to see that it's still going on means that we did something right, and they did something right. And I know the people at Fox and Steve Shear especially has done a great job in being able to promote it. And so to watch now some of the men's coaches, and they've probably asked Tony and I both about our experience with it before they've done it. So you know, I think it's pretty amazing to see. And again, I think it gives different coaches or fans different views of the coaches that they follow and the programs that they follow. And you know, and I think it brings a different dimension to how you watch a game. So it's been exciting to know that we were part of the first one.
We had talked to the two of you back at Media Day about this all-access game and how fun, especially with this matchup between St. John's and Seton Hall, because it's a great rivalry and you do have a lot of the same players who have grown up playing against one another. So how unique is it for this rivalry to get the all-access game?
I think that's what makes it special. I mean, we have so much respect for St. John's and how well they do. And I mean, look at all the success Joe's had and obviously Kim before him. But, you know, it's a great game because, you know, it's the biggest, I think the biggest rivalry in the Big East. I mean, we're close to each other. We recruit a lot of the same players. We're both really competitive teams. We're competitive coaches. And I just love playing them because of who they are and what they've brought and the bar they've raised, that we have to, make sure we, do our best to be competitive.
Yeah, I mean, every game you play is in a league in league play is pretty, I would say, competitive, contentious. There's going to be days where you're playing really well and days where you don't. And certainly when you've got an opportunity, because of the way we play in our schedule, you're playing Friday, Sunday, the rhythm to that is very different as we've gone through the last few years. So when you've got a little bit more time and you've got that bye week, especially against your travel partner, so to speak, in that week, you're trying to make sure that everything is ready, it's in place, and certainly both teams know each other probably better than any team they're going to play because of that. So you've got more time to prepare. You're not talking about maybe a day and a half. So along with the proximity of being able to know the players in most programs that obviously we've watched play over time, along with others that are a part of that, it certainly adds to that piece of the competitiveness.
A ton of competition to look forward to. What else can everyone look forward to this Sunday?
I think a great atmosphere. We're really promoting it. I know St. John's always brings a lot of fans, and it's going to be a really close to a sellout. We're excited for that. Our administration is really pushing it really hard. I know, like I said, Joe's fans travel really well. I think you're going to see a lot of scoring. I mean, both these are two of the better scoring teams in the league. I think, this is the halfway part of the year. So, you want to finish it strong. I said, this is the women's basketball game of the week. I really believe that. And, of the weekend, I should say. And it'll be exciting for everyone.
Yeah, and obviously, hopefully, being at a 6:30 time, that we've got better viewership and being able to push through some of the things that may be on during the day. So, as Tony said, it's not, when you go there, it's obviously a very unique atmosphere, and the fans it's loud, people are on you, they pack it out, it's good. I mean, it's a great atmosphere to play in, and so it'll be definitely an exciting game, obviously with some pace, as Tony and I would believe, but yeah, so I think that it'll be an exciting game for people to see, and hopefully I don't get bleeped too much, and nor does Tony, or we're not on the court at all times. So no, but it'll be good. I think again, it's a great matchup, and it's a big game for obviously both teams, and as we move forward in the league. So as Tony said, it's the halfway mark for both of us at this point, because this is the last game of our round robin. And then we continue to push on. So no, it'll be exciting. I think fans will enjoy the style of play and hopefully the personalities that are involved.
Well, back in 2016, it surely was extremely fun to watch you guys. Both of these coaches will be mic'd up at 6:30 p.m. Eastern time on FS1. Coach Tartamella and Coach Bozzella, thank you so much for joining me.
Thanks, Megan.
Thanks, Megan.
The amount of student loan debt I have, I'm embarrassed to even say.
I felt like I was going to spend my whole adult life paying this off.
Thanks to SoFi, I can see the light at the end of the tunnel.
As of 12 p.m. today, I am debt-free.
We have no debt, we don't owe anybody anything, and it's fantastic.
We're all in, all together. Great voices ready to start, great energy. We're getting excited about what we do, all right? You know how together you are. You know how hard you're going to work, but you also know how good you are. Let's go show them. 1, 2, 3. Together!
This is our time.
When we bring it together and we all locked in, we coming back in this locker room with a victory.
That's the Big East Way. The 2020 Women's Basketball Tournament at Wintrust Arena. Get tickets now.
My parents never taught me anything about managing money.
The amount of student loan debt I have, I'm embarrassed to even say.
We just decided we didn't want debt any longer.
I didn't realize how easy investing could be.
I'm picking companies that I believe in.
I think SoFi money is amazing.
Thank you, SoFi.
SoFi, thank you. We love you.
All right, we gotta be all in, all right? We gotta make sure we play with great passion. You have felt each other and helped each other and allowed yourselves to be helped with that, all right? We've got a great opportunity to do that today.
This is who we are.
When you look to your left and you see your sister over there, you help her. Because what we are one. Let's bring it.
1, 2, 3.
Yeah!
That's the Big East Way. The 2020 Big East Women's Basketball Tournament at Wintrust Arena. Get tickets now.
It's the beginning of the final weekend of the first go-around the Big East Conference, and your league-leading DePaul Blue Demons lead number 2 Villanova 43-34. Quite a few points on the board, but that's exactly how DePaul would like it here after 20 minutes of play.
The number 1 scoring team in the Big East, and they are on pace for an 86-point game. Villanova coach Harry Peretta telling us that he needs to keep teams in the 60s. So far, that pace not working for the Wildcats. DePaul doing a nice job of ball movement. They've got 15 field goals and 10 assists on those field goals. So that, to me, tells me that they are really doing a nice job as a team, looking for teammates, moving the ball around. See Deja Church there going to the basket strong. She has 3 first-half points, but some three-pointers by Sonia Morris and Lexi Held. Sonia Morris, 3 three-pointers for 15 points. Lexi Held has 14 points in this first half already. You see the halftime stats there.
Well, DePaul had a 10-0 run when Villanova early in the ball game really had a struggle shooting the ball, and that's why we're sitting right now at a 9-point difference. And you look at the leading scorers, you talked about Lexi Held and Sonia Morris. They're combined for 29 points, 14 from Held, 15 from Morris. And Mary Gadeka with her 11 points. Bridget Hurley doing her part, she has 10. But how about Maddie Segrist averaging 20 points per game? She has just 4 at the end of the first half.
That's a storyline, but also the turnovers, 8 for Villanova, and DePaul has scored 9 points on those turnovers.
Johnny Soper has had a chance to talk to each of our 2 head coaches. Johnny, what do you have?
Well, guys, DePaul coach Doug Bruno said that Hurley is just killing them. They have to focus on her in the third quarter to start well. Hurley had 10 points, 2 threes in the second quarter. And then I spoke with Harry Peretta just now, and I asked him, how do you get Segrist more involved in the second half? And he said they're doing everything to try and limit her. So we have to get creative. She needs to do a better job of moving without the ball. He said they switched to a zone in the second quarter. That slowed DePaul down a bit. And then they just have to make shots, because when they miss shots, DePaul is running the floor. When they make them, they're able to slow the pace down. Guys?
All right, thank you very much. Johnny, we're going to be back. Get that second half started right after this.
Here, we do what others don't.
Dream what others won't. Driven to leap forward, determined to always give back.
Here, we work where giants have played, where the connection of work and ethic is made.
A diverse community possessed with a passion
to know and grow and go and show the world we are prepared to change it. Here, we ask what must be done, for in doing we learn and earn success.
And you can get there from here.
DePaul University. Here, we do.
Second half here from McGrath-Phillips Arena as these 2 teams go on a Friday night. Now they will trade partners. Earlier today, Marquette defeated Georgetown in Milwaukee. Georgetown will be down here in a 2 o'clock game against DePaul that you can catch on the same vehicle that you're watching right now. And on the other side, it will be Villanova heading up to play the Marquette Golden Eagles. And Deja Church will get it going for DePaul as we start. And here come the Wildcats on the run. Raven James misses the easy one.
And that's what this DePaul press can do. They make you think that you have an opening and you rush that down at the other end, what would be an easy layup, and then they get you back down on their offensive end. Sonia Morris adding to her point total with an easy bucket for herself.
So you're saying it's almost like DePaul is baiting their opponents into rushing and counting on that miss so they can spin it the other way.
They have certain vulnerabilities within their full court pressure because they press so hard on the ball that players on the backside in the back are going to be left open. And you give that long pass just like this right here to Gadeka. You think it's open, but it's not really open.
First 5 points of this half have been scored by the Blue Demons. Ranked 11th in the Associated Press poll, 12th in the coaches poll. They tried to get Segrist the ball, but Shantae Stonewall fronting. And we heard Johnny say that Harry Peretta said that they're doing a great job on Segrist, and you figured, we mentioned it right at the beginning, that it was Shantae Stonewall's assignment.
Well, yeah, exactly. I mean, that's the problem for Segrist. I'm not sure if she has seen a defender the likes of Shantae Stonewall this season with the kind of speed and length that Stonewall can bring. She can take away so much.
Dish from Held to Stonewall. Inside position to Siegrist. Raven James trying to get Bridget Hurley to move. She does. Gadeka and Church. That's an interesting matchup right there. Hunkin can't get the three.
When you look at that box out by Shantae Stonewall on Siegrist, respecting the freshman's ability to rebound. I mean, she was boxing out Siegrist 10 feet away from the basket and holding that box out. I mean, that is good fundamental basketball that sometimes older players kind of slack on a little bit, but look at that. Shantae Stonewall looking like she's given a rebounding clinic right there on the box out.
Morris can't get that three to go. She's going to get another chance at it. Lexi Hell will pick up the personal foul. Biggest late for the Blue Demons came late in the first quarter when they led by 16. That was at 26-10. Lead at 14 right now. And here up ahead it goes to Gadeka. Ooh, and Mary Gadeka, tough shot from behind the basket and one.
That's the senior showing that athleticism and poise there, being able to score in a tough situation. I mean, she was coming up on that rim real fast, and she had to lay it up just so with a little bit of finesse there in order to be able to make that shot with Deja Church right in her back.
8:02 to play in the third quarter. DePaul 48, Villanova 37. Mary Gadeka with 14 points after that three-point play. Kelly Campbell, scoreless tonight, as we said, picked up her 1,000th point on Sunday. Around to Held for the good look and the score.
Excellent shooting by Lexi Held. Now 3 of 5 from three-point range. Already 17 points in this game for Lexi Held.
You look at your two sophomores, Held and Morris, 35 points combined. Nothing there for Gadeka. Mary Gadeka, maybe a little bit of frustration there. She slaps her hands together, thought she missed an open look. Held from the free throw line. Talk about Mary Gadeka. Her mother played for Harry Peretta. Her mother, along with Sam Karanji's mother, Jen Snell, played for the 42-year head coach, Maddie Siegrist. It's her first basket of the second half.
Oh, and Gadeka's mother, Lisa, was the Big East Player of the Year in 1988. Comes from good stock. One of the things about Mary Gadeka, you said that she expressed some frustration on that last shot that she missed. She's typically a great field goal percentage shooter, near 50% for her career. That was kind of what she was known for when she was a younger player in this league, is just quality shot selection. That is something that she learned from her mother, who scored a ton of points for Villanova in the late 80s.
James will put the ball on the floor to Herlihy. Bridget Herlihy.
That's nice recognition by James of knowing who has a hot hand, and that's Bridget Herlihy right now for Villanova. A nice interior feed by James, giving it right to Bridget Herlihy, who has a nice strong post move. A little bit of a fadeaway there, but drawing that contact before the fadeaway. Bridget Herlihy now with 12 points in this game.
She came in averaging 7.6, and as Johnny reported, Doug Bruno was not happy with how Blue Demons were letting Herlihy get off. 51-41. Off the screen, and Stonewall will bag the two. Third player in double figures for the Blue Demons. Stonewall hits the 10-point mark.
And that is something that they work on at DePaul. We've seen a couple times now, right in a row, where we've seen those long jumpers that have come off of screens. They work so hard in practice on setting each other up and coming off those screens for pretty much wide open looks. I mean, these are quality screens being set by the Blue Demons.
Yadeka gets a good look at it. Can't get that one. Morris, the change of speeds, ends up with Campbell. Kelly Campbell will rip the net.
So many three-point options on this DePaul basketball team. You've got 7 players on this team who can hit three-pointers, and then they're scoring easy baskets off of turnovers in the full court press. You are getting it from all ends against DePaul. Three-pointers, points off of turnovers in the full court press. Just everywhere you turn, this team has explosive offensive production.
And with this basket, DePaul will go up 17, and they are raining all over McGrath-Phillips Arena.
You're watching DePaul Ball on the Big East Digital Network.
We're all in, all together. Great voices right at the start, great energy. We're getting excited about what we do, all right? You know how together you are. You know how hard you're going to work, but you also know how good you are. Let's go show them. 1, 2, 3. Together!
This is our time.
When we bring it together and we all locked in, we coming back in this locker room with a victory.
That's the Big East Way. The 2020 Women's Basketball Tournament at Wintrust Arena. Get tickets now.
All right, we gotta be all in, all right? We gotta make sure we play with great passion. You have felt each other and helped each other and allowed yourselves to be helped with that, all right? We've got a great opportunity to do that today.
This is who we are.
When you look to your left and you see your sister over there, you help her. Because what we are one. Let's bring it.
1, 2, 3.
Together!
That's the Big East Way. The 2020 Big East Women's Basketball Tournament at Wintrust Arena. Get tickets now.
My parents never taught me anything about managing money.
The amount of student loan debt I have, I'm embarrassed to even say.
We just decided we didn't want debt any longer.
I didn't realize how easy investing could be.
I'm picking companies that I believe in.
I think SoFi money is amazing.
Thank you, SoFi.
SoFi, thank you. We love you.
Here, we do what others don't.
Dream what others won't, driven to leap forward, determined to always give back.
Here, we work where giants have played, where the connection of work and ethic is made.
A diverse community possessed with a passion
to know and grow and go and show the world we are prepared to change it. Here, we ask what must be done, for in doing we learn.
Fans, come watch head coach Doug Bruno and the DePaul women's basketball team play this season by purchasing the Lincoln Park 2-pack. Select any 2 remaining McGrath-Phillips games that are convenient to your schedule. Take advantage of the 2-game women's basketball mini plan for only $16. To learn more, call the DePaul ticket office today to reserve your seats at 773-325-SLAM or visit DePaulBlueDemons.com for more information on various ticket opportunities. DePaul with a 7-0 run over the last 46 seconds to build this 17-point lead.
I mentioned the word explosive, and this team just gets you from so many different angles. 7 players who have scored 15 or more three-pointers this season for DePaul, 2 with more than 40. Lexi Held leading the way there with 44. That ranks 5th in the Big East. If you want to hear some more explosive numbers from this team, 86 points per game, that's 4th in the nation. Three-pointers made per game, 11, that is 2nd in the nation. This team is 3rd in the nation with almost 20 assists per game. This is a team that can just score and score and score and has so many different options.
My parents never taught me anything about managing money.
The amount of student loan debt I have, I'm embarrassed to even say.
We just decided we didn't want debt any longer.
I didn't realize how easy investing could be.
I'm picking companies that I believe in.
I think SoFi money is amazing.
Thank you, SoFi.
SoFi, thank you. We love you.
We're all in, all together. together, great voices right at the start, great energy. We're getting excited about what we do, all right? You know how together you are. You know how hard you're gonna work, but you also know how good you are. Let's go show them. 1, 2, 3.
Together! This is our time.
When we bring it together and we all locked in, we coming back in this locker room with a victory.
That's the Big East Way. The 2020 Women's Basketball Tournament at Wintrust Arena. Get tickets now.
Here, we do what others don't.
Dream what others won't, driven to leap forward, determined to always give back.
Here, we work where giants have played, where the connection of work and ethic is made.
A diverse community possessed with a passion
to know and grow and go and show the world we are prepared to change it. Here, we ask what must be done, for in doing we learn and earn success.
And you can get there from here.
DePaul University. Here we do.
What is a Villanovan? In 30 seconds? Well, Villanovans aim high. Top 50 National University high. We think fast and stay connected. V's up. Villanovans think deeply, push boundaries, and go, go, go! Still with me? We climb corporate ladders and these ladders. This campus is our home, but you can find us almost anywhere. Villanovans have big hearts and solve even bigger problems, and we celebrate together.
Wintrust Arena will host the 2020 Big East Women's Basketball Tournament presented by Jeep starting Friday, March 6th. Enjoy the competition as all 10 of the conference's teams vie for an automatic berth in the 2020 NCAA Women's Championship Tournament. Tickets are on sale now, so call the DePaul ticket office today to reserve your package or visit bigeast.com/WBB tickets for more information. Well, snow has occurred here in the Chicago area. It is predicted for tonight into tomorrow. Villanova had a struggle to get here today, but it had nothing to do with the weather.
No, a little snafu with their bus and a couple of flat tires, and so they had to take 6 Ubers from their hotel to get here to the gym today for the game. But I tell you what, Dave, that is not as fun of a transportation story as how Harry Peretta usually travels to games. He does not like to fly, and he often travels, even halfway across the country in his own car, drives himself to games while his team is being flown to games in a charter plane. He drives, he'll take his own car. I've talked to him sometimes when he's been on the road, passing through toll booths. He does not like flying. One year he got stuck here in Chicago and during a big snowstorm. It happened to be Super Bowl Sunday, and ended up watching the Super Bowl with Doug Bruno in a local bar here in Lincoln Park. Had to stay an extra day, and Sonia Morris continuing the three-point barrage for DePaul. That's 9 3-pointers for DePaul and 23 points for Sonia Morris.
You know, and going along with that, I don't know if it's a fear of flying, but just he does not want to fly. DePaul gave Harry Peretta, as every team has, as in his farewell tour here, the big three the other way. That one from Maddie Siegrist. But among all the gifts that DePaul gave Harry Peretta prior to the ball game was a fly anywhere ticket, anywhere you want to fly.
For the rest of Harry's life.
That's what they said.
You would think that this would be an expensive gift, but wink, wink, Harry doesn't fly anywhere, everybody, so not expensive gift at all. Harry got a good chuckle out of that gift.
You know, there's a great video presentation here as well that Harry Peretta, that DePaul had that put together on the video board here, and Harry was watching it and really, really enjoyed some of the clips they had there. In fact, as we said, he's been on that farewell tour all season long for away games, but it was a home game when it was part of the Big 5 games, the matchup with Penn, and the head coach for Penn presented Harry Peretta with a gift on Villanova's home floor. And what it was, this may be one of the coolest gifts ever. It was a piece of the original floor from the Palestra. Now, folks know the Palestra, just one of those legendary, you know, Madison Square Garden type arenas, but an original piece of floor, that's quite a gift.
Yeah, that's a Philadelphia institution, and I believe sometimes Villanova will play games there still as part of that Big 5, the 5 major Division I schools in the Philadelphia area, and they all like to compete against each other, so that was a special gift for Harry Peretta.
61-45, 3.5 to play here in the third quarter. DePaul looking for its 9th straight victory, looking to keep its Big East Conference league leading record, which right now sits at 7-0. Looks to boost that up another before Georgetown comes on Sunday to wrap up the first round of the Big East Conference season. This is Megan Mackenzie Gardler. She'll hand it off to Gadeka. Boy, she turns the corner. She goes hard to the rim. 16 points for Mary Gadeka. Once again, good ball movement ends up in the hands of Deja Church. One thing DePaul does, they score on all parts of the floor. So as that ball is moving around, you never know when somebody's going to put it up. 63-47.
Every player for DePaul has an inside game and an outside game. Just makes them a nightmare to guard. Check out the defense again, coming up with another turnover, another steal for the Blue Demons. Number 1 in the conference in steals per game. And Deja Church capitalizing on it as well. One of the things this team does best, forcing you into mistake on the offensive end and then capitalizing on the defensive end. You've made a mistake offensively, you were on your heels, your confidence is down, maybe your head is even down, and that is right when DePaul kind of smells blood and really takes advantage to score quickly at the other end off of a turnover.
Church now with 10 points. 4 players for DePaul in double figures. Kelly Campbell taken out at that last free throw. Kelly Campbell building her way to a double-double here tonight. Campbell already with 8 rebounds and 8 assists. Near steal by Stonewall. And they're going to get her on the foul.
That is the kind of pressure that Shantae Stonewall can put on you. You saw how she was really hounding Bridget Hurley. And you got to love that if you're Doug Bruno. Here's Shantae Stonewall, your best player offensively, a senior on your team, and really, arguably, your hardest working defensive player, always setting such an intense tone defensively for the Blue Demons. You've got to really admire that commitment to versatility on the part of Shantae Stonewall, caring just as much about her defense as she does her offense.
Church scoring from every spot on the floor. She has a dozen. .20 difference.
I really feel that DePaul, that pressure just becomes tougher and tougher as the game goes on. They are so well conditioned. They just wear you down. And by the time you get across half court here, you are winded, you are tired, and you are mentally fatigued. And that's when turnovers start to happen in the front court as well. And now that is 13 turnovers for the Wildcats.
Well, and I think that turnover right there was a turnover of fatigue.
Yep.
In terms of Hurley, he not really quite reading it. I believe it was Segrist that was underneath, that she couldn't get her feet going.
Not getting to the spot fast enough.
Maya Stovall into the game for DePaul. This is Deepa Kelja. Morris quickly off a screen. Rejected by Hurley. Gardler on a 2-on-1. Segrist will reach double figures, only 1 game this year. Has she not reached it? It was a ball game against Georgia. Hurley with another rebound. She's up to 7. She'll dish it off to Gadeka.
A lot of determination that I'm seeing today out of the big 3 so far here for Villanova, Segrist, Hurley, and Gadeka. I mean, they are still really going at it, fighting for those offensive rebounds. The rebounds here at the other end. I like the fact that they are still committed. They are still engaged in this game.
Gadeka with 18 points, Hurley with 14, and Segrist up to 11. But yet, it is a 16-point DePaul lead here in the closing seconds of the third quarter. Ooh. Opportunity here in a 2-on-1 to close out the quarter. Church to Morris, she waits, she scores.
Hey.
Sonia Morris caps off a big third quarter for DePaul, a 27-point third quarter. Morris with 10 of her game-high 25 points. Coming in the third, and DePaul leads it big after 3.
You're watching DePaul Ball on the Big East Digital Network.
My parents never taught me anything about managing money.
The amount of student loan debt I have, I'm embarrassed to even say.
We just decided we didn't want debt any longer.
I didn't realize how easy investing could be.
I'm picking companies that I believe in.
I think SoFi money is amazing.
We're all in, all together. Great voices right at the start, great energy. We're getting excited about what we do, all right? You know how together you are. You know how hard you're going to work, but you also know how good you are. Let's go, Storm. 1, 2, 3. Together!
This is our time.
When we bring it together and we all locked in, we coming back in this locker room with a victory.
That's the Big East way. The 2020 Women's Basketball Tournament at Wintrust Arena. Get tickets now.
What is a Villanovan in 30 seconds? Well, Villanovans aim high. Top 50 National University high. We think fast and stay connected. V's up. Villanovans think deeply, push boundaries, and go, go, go! Still with me? We climb corporate ladders and these ladders. This campus is our home, but you can find us almost anywhere. Villanovans have big hearts and solve even bigger problems, and we celebrate together. Ignite change, go Nova.
Fans, group of 15 or more, can save at any DePaul women's or men's game. Whether it's a birthday party or team celebration, a Blue Demons game provides high-quality action at a very affordable price. Be sure to take advantage of this great offer and gather your friends and family for a college basketball game at either Wintrust Arena or McGrath-Phillips Arena. Be sure to visit DePaulBlueDemons.com or call 773-325-SLAM this week to book your outing with the DePaul Group Ticket Representative. Along with Johnny Soper and Patricia Babcock-McGraw, I'm Dave Bernhardt. We enter the fourth quarter of play as two coaches, Trish mentioned earlier, almost 2,400 combined games, over 1,500 combined wins. Harry Peretta, back on October 30th, said, you know, I'm going to call this one a career here after this season. 42 years at the same school, and Harry just said, you know, his body is kind of telling him it's time to retire.
He said, you know what, you can already tell my voice is going. He had a little bit of a raspy voice on our phone call, and he said, you know, sometimes I had to sit down more in games than I used to. Sometimes I would have to sit down and practice. He said, I talked to my wife about it, and he said, I just felt like the time was right. 64 years old, ready to move on with his life. You know, and I asked Doug Bruno, I said, you know, when your really good friends are starting to retire, are you starting to think about that too? And Doug Bruno said, heck no, Trish. He's like, I'm still in it. I'm feeling good. I love coaching, and you want to be doing something that you love. Coach Doug Bruno, 69 years old, and he's still going strong. Wishing Coach Peretta well, but he's feeling good at DePaul. I think that he recently signed a contract extension, so he is good to go and still has all kinds of fire on the sideline.
Sonia Morris, it's her fifth three of this game. She has 28 points, and she'll get a steal right there. 73-52, a minute into the fourth quarter. Stovall wide open. And Anken will get her 8th rebound of this game. She leads the Wildcats in that category. Kadeka with a little head nod, trying to get some folks to move. Good defense there by Stovall. No more good defense there from Stonewall. And here comes Maddie Segrist back into the game for the Wildcats. You know, when you ask Harry Peretta, you know, obviously you're going to miss it. What are you going to miss? And he admitted, he said, you know, I'm going to miss the practices more than the games. He just likes that kind of a laid-back atmosphere in practice. He gets to be with the kids in a relaxed setting. And this was the quote that cracked me up. He said, games are kind of an annoyance.
He's got to do them. But yeah, he just likes the teaching aspect of coaching. He likes being in the gym with his players and just really sharing his knowledge, helping them grow as basketball players, teaching them the game that he has really just learned so much in 42 years. He has so much knowledge to share.
Lexi Held will go to the free throw line, fouled there by Bridget Herlihy.
42 years. I mean, and we love the note that Villanova always has every year in their game notes. That in 1978, when Harry Peretta took over as coach, President Jimmy Carter was the president of the U.S. A gallon of milk, $1.71. A gallon of gas, 63 cents. Wouldn't you love it if gas was 63 cents right now? Grease was the #1 movie. Staying Alive by the Bee Gees, the #1 song. Every year they put that in there. We love to read that because just to show how long Coach Harry Peretta has been in this business and how much has changed in the game since he first took over at age 22.
Nice feed inside to Segrist, and all of a sudden her scoring number is starting to add up. She's up to 15.
She is going to be a special player. She redshirted last year, really learned the game, got stronger, and has just been such a pleasant surprise for Harry Peretta. You mentioned earlier how he didn't think that he would see these kinds of numbers out of Segrist this quickly in her career, but wow, she really just stormed out of the gates and has just been an impact player from day one for Villanova.
Held a little head fake. And another rebound from Segrist. 15 points, 5 rebounds. Nice pass, nice catch. Segrist up to 17. Her season average is 20.2. Sonia Morris, a little mid-range jumper, and she now has a career high 30 points here tonight. She reached 29 a couple of times earlier this season. That is point number 30 for the sophomore from St. Louis. All of a sudden, the window starting to open up for Segrist.
Well, that just goes to show you how special this DePaul offense is, having a 30-point score against Villanova, the #1 defense in the Big East, and how easily buckets like that are coming. Kelly Campbell wide open under the basket. That is just something that Villanova does not allow. But this DePaul team, a different beast.
And that one will not go for Unk, and that'll be a foul on James. Well, the 30-point mark here for Sonia Morris. She joins Jalen Agnew, Leilani Correa, Kristen Spolier, Selena Lott, and along with Maddie Segrist for 30-plus point games in the Big East Conference. This season, I was covering all games. DePaul 17-2 on the season. Villanova 11-7 after an 0-3 start. Church relentless inside, but Gardler will take it away. Segrist popping from 3. Six minutes left in this one. Gadeka, one bounce and a score. She has 20 points. So 39 points combined for Segrist and Gadeka on the season. They average over 37 points combined.
That's pretty much been the MO for those two big-time numbers from the Big Two from Villanova. But today, they're getting a third option out of Bridget Herlihy. She has had a really nice game for the Wildcats.
Yet they trail by 17. Morris looking to build on that career high, not this time. Gardler has 1 3 already today, make it 2. Redshirt freshman, Mackenzie Gardler.
Oh, great pass by Lexi Held.
It just wouldn't go down for Stonewall.
I love that bounce pass. That was beautiful.
Segrist up over the top for the board. Shot clock under 10. Segrist saw she had the advantage inside over Campbell, but Campbell will come away with it. 9th rebound of the game for Kelly Campbell. Campbell looking for 3. And there is her 10th rebound of the game. Now just 2 assists shy of a double-double.
The best offensive rebounding team in the Big East. DePaul, 15 offensive rebounds per game. Everyone on this team is committed to rebounding offensively. They're all a bunch of guards.
And speaking of a guard, as Lexi Hale gets her 21st point, Kelly Campbell with her 7th 10 rebound or more game this season.
Kelly Campbell just does so much for DePaul. The leader in assist to turnover ratio, the leader on this team in rebounds, a consistent scorer for the Blue Demons. Just a senior leader in so many ways, in so many categories.
We're down to our final 3 minutes and 28 seconds in this one. DePaul holding a commanding 81-65 lead, looking for victory number 18 on the season and a perfect 8-0 mark in the Big East.
You're watching DePaul Ball on the Big East Digital Network.
My parents never taught me anything about managing money.
The amount of student loan debt I have, I'm embarrassed to even say.
We just decided we didn't want debt any longer.
I didn't realize how easy investing could be.
I'm picking companies that I believe in.
I think SoFi money is amazing.
Thank you, SoFi.
SoFi, thank you. We love you.
We're all in, all together. Great voices right at the start, great energy. We're getting excited about what we do, all right? You know how together you are. You know how hard you're gonna work, but you also know how good you are. Let's go show them. 1, 2, 3. Together!
This is our time.
When we bring it together and we all locked in, we coming back in this locker room with a victory.
That's the Big East way. The 2020 Women's Basketball Tournament at Wintrust Arena. Get tickets now.
Here, we do what others don't.
Dream what others won't, driven to leap forward, determined to always give back.
Here, we work where giants have played, where the connection of work and ethic is made.
A diverse community possessed with a passion
to know and grow and go and show the world we are prepared to change it. Here, we ask what must be done, for in doing we learn and earn success.
And you can get there from here.
DePaul University. Here we do.
Stand up stronger. I got the power, gonna raise it up. So high, we're shining brighter. We got the power, gonna raise it up. We got the power, gonna raise it up.
DePaul continues a full weekend of playing possess this Sunday afternoon when Georgetown visits McGrath-Phillips Arena for a 2 p.m. matchup. Join DePaul fans on the Lincoln Park campus as the 11th-ranked Blue Demons seek to bolster their resume for a remarkable 18th consecutive NCAA tournament appearance. Call the DePaul ticket office today to reserve your seats at 773-325-SLAM or visit DePaulBlueDemons.com for more information on additional ticket opportunities. Let's check in with Johnny Soper.
Hey guys, as you guys have touched about throughout the broadcast, this will be Villanova head coach Harry Peretta's final time visiting DePaul. And when we spoke with him yesterday, he had a chance to reflect upon his relationship with Doug Bruno. They are very good friends and two of the longest tenured head coaches in the NCAA. Between the two of them, more than 78 years of head coaching experience. And Coach Peretta had high praise for Coach Bruno. He said he is the best offensive coach in any sport at any level. He said, I've been trying to figure it out for 17 years. I haven't figured it out. So he's hoping that once he hangs up the jacket after this season, guys, he can come out in the fall and watch a practice or two to try and pick up a few of Coach Bruno's tricks. Dave, Trish, back to you guys.
It's such a healthy respect from both of these coaches for each other. And as a matter of fact, Harry Peretta also said he had a son that played basketball in high school, a big superstar in the Philadelphia area. And Harry was actually toying with the idea of sending him to live with Doug for a week so that Doug could teach him offense and all of his tricks of the trade. And Doug Bruno said, yeah, that never quite worked out, but I certainly would have helped Harry's son. But just so much respect for Harry Peretta, for Doug Bruno, and what Doug Bruno brings to the table, especially with the way he teaches offense and the way his teams play offense. And Harry Peretta said, you know, it's so tough preparing for DePaul, but I have loved every minute of it. I love playing DePaul. I have so much fun playing against Doug. And Doug Bruno telling me, you know, one of the things I love about Harry so much is his competitive maturity, the competitive maturity we have for each other. We fight like cats and dogs when we play each other, but when it's over, it's over. No grudges. We're back to being the best of friends again, and that is so refreshing and healthy, especially in today's cutthroat world of college basketball coaching.
And DePaul has dominated this series, winning 15 of the 20 games these two teams have played, working on a 3-game winning streak against the Wildcats. And Doug Bruno takes a timeout here just to get 5 new players onto the floor. The starters for DePaul leave, getting a big hand from their hometown fans. And Harry Peretta will remove Maddie Segrist. Segrist will leave with 19 points and 7 rebounds. That's really close to what she normally produces over the course of a game. He'll be replaced by Grace Lang. Meanwhile, for DePaul, Kara Dahlman along with Jolene Daninger, Diva Kelja, Maya Stovall, along with Nadej John into the ball game. 3 ball will not go for Brooke Mullen. So if I said the name Mullen and I said, you know, East Coast, what would you think? Well, most people would say Chris Mullen.
Yes.
Well, Chris Mullen is her uncle. Of course, you remember Chris Mullen, most recently the head coach at St. John's, a 16-year NBA player, Golden State Warriors, Indiana Pacers, All-American at St. John's. That's her uncle. Here's Kara Dahlman, getting her first minutes here tonight.
You're starting to see that more and more now in women's college basketball. You've got a lot of players, as always, who have ties with their fathers or uncles who were big-time basketball players, but now the mothers. You know, a lot of these players have mothers who were big-time college basketball players. You're starting to see that more and more now, and Harry Peretta just has had this uncanny way of recruiting the daughters of women who played for him 20, 30 years ago. And he's had a lot of players like that come through his program.
Nadej John will pick up a couple of free throws. She's a freshman from Richton Park, Illinois.
You mentioned Mary Gadeka's mom. We talked about Lisa already, having been Big East Player of the Year in 1988.
There is Brooke Mullen on the drive. 83-67. DePaul has seen the lead dip into single digits briefly on a couple of occasions, but this game has been controlled by DePaul all night long.
And this is the kind of effort that you expect out of the #1 team in the Big East on their home floor. It is going to be rough if you are the opposing team coming in here and trying to knock off this team. They are on a mission this season. They have played tough basketball this season. Their only losses to Oregon State and UConn, which are top 10 teams. And they play especially tough here on this floor.
Next up for DePaul here in McGrath-Phillips Arena, that will be 2 o'clock Central Time. Georgetown will make the trip down from Milwaukee. They're actually in Chicago right now. They were coming down today following their game. They lost to Marquette. And on the flip side, Villanova will head to Marquette, and that will be a 2 p.m. tip-off in Milwaukee. And that will wrap up our first round through the Big East Conference. DePaul getting to stay at home here for a while. They have this weekend here at McGrath-Phillips Arena. Then next weekend, they will host Creighton and Providence. Raven James at the line with 70 seconds to play. DePaul with an interesting conference schedule. It rotates around like this, but the travel partner for DePaul is Marquette. They played Marquette in the first game, They'll play Marquette in the last game. Well, when you're playing your travel partner, that's a 1-week game, which means everything in between. 16 games, 8 straight weekends. DePaul has gone back-to-back on Friday, Sundays. Down to a minute left. And a 15-point game. DePaul just 2 points shy of their per-game average. Kiara Dahlman inside. Dahlman, the junior college transfer, All-American from Iowa Western Junior College. Hails from just north of Chicago, a little bit farther than just north, but Sheboygan, Wisconsin.
We have seen Dahlman, when she has gotten to the game, do a real nice job of giving DePaul a big inside presence. And as she continues to develop, that is going to make this team an even tougher out come NCAA tournament time to have that big presence inside.
DePaul, 17 straight NCAA tournaments. Blue Demons still running their offense here. Nadej John thought she was going to get a whistle. Instead, it'll go the other way. You know, you've been able to watch in the background, and we've talked about this in prior games, if you follow DePaul basketball or Big East basketball. Doug Bruno coaching just as hard here in the last minute of play as he did in the first minute tonight.
He is up on his feet. He is coaching up his players. Every moment a learning opportunity for the Blue Demons, and that has been really a staple of Doug Bruno's coaching career.
Well, and he's one of the 12 finalists for the Women's Basketball Hall of Fame. The inductee is going to be announced on February 10th. And you've got to believe Mr. Bruno is going to get a call to the Hall.
Call to the Hall.
Final 10 seconds, shot clock off. Raven James, one last run at it. And DePaul will win its 18th game of the year, going to 18-2, 8-0 in conference play. They have a stranglehold, a 3-game lead. For first place in the Big East Conference tonight, dispatching of Villanova 85-69. DePaul placing 4 players in double figures. Sonia Morris leading the way with a career-high 30 points, 5 3-pointers for the sophomore. 85-69 is your final. We'll take a step away, and we'll be back in McGrath-Phillips Arena to wrap things up in a bit.
You're watching DePaul Ball basketball on the Big East Digital Network.
The amount of student loan debt I have, I'm embarrassed to even say.
I felt like I was going to spend my whole adult life paying this off.
Thanks to SoFi, I can see the light at the end of the tunnel.
As of 12 p.m. today, I am debt-free.
We have no debt, we don't owe anybody anything, and it's fantastic.
Here, we do what others don't.
Dream what others won't, driven to leap forward, determined to always give back.
Here, we work where giants have played, where the connection of work and ethic is made.
A diverse community possessed with a passion
to know and grow and go and show the world we are prepared to change it. Here, we ask what must be done, for in doing we learn and earn success.
And you can get there from here.
DePaul University. Here we do.
Glad to have you back here at McGrath-Phillips Arena. There's your final score. DePaul with their 18th win in 20 games this year, 85-69 over Villanova. And Johnny Soper standing by with a couple of DePaul sophomores.
Yeah, guys, I'm with Lexi Held and Sonia Morris, and I'll start with you, Sonia. Career high 30 points tonight. Did you know that you had a career high?
Yeah.
You did? So were you paying attention throughout the game?
Oh, no, not throughout the game, but once I sat on the bench, they told me.
What was it that propelled you to this career performance tonight?
You know, my teammates sharing the ball with me, getting the open shots, finding the open looks. It's just executing and having confidence. It really helps when Doug has confidence in me, my teammates have confidence in me, so it just all works together.
And Lexi, there was a moment in the second quarter, Villanova cut it to within single digits. Coach Bruno called a timeout. What did he say to you guys? What was the message in that timeout? Because after that, you guys seemed to take over.
He was just trying to get us to focus and not think that we had it won already, because Villanova is a really good team. And so, he was just trying to rechannel our focus, and we were able to take what he said and put it on the court.
Sonia, it's 8 straight for you guys now. You've started conference play undefeated. Describe the type of run that this team is on right now.
I think it's really good. Obviously, we want to win as many games as we can. We just want to take care of one in a row at a time. Stay humble, keep working hard, and just keep going up.
All right, Georgetown next. Lexi, what does this team need to do to just carry the momentum and keep it going?
Just keep getting better in practice every day and never take an opponent for granted. You know, this is a really competitive league, and so, you know, just keep getting better in practice and focused on who we're going against.
All right, guys, Lexi Held and Sonia Morris on a career night. Back to you.
Thank you very much, Johnny. Indeed, a combined 51 points between those two players. And I got to tell you, Trish, before we go, I found it very refreshing for Sonia to say, yeah, I knew it was my career high, because I know so many of these players, they know that stuff. They don't admit it. That was very cool.
Very cool. She had a tremendous game. And what I'm really impressed with, too, is that this DePaul team continues to show a lot of balance. We all know about the fact that this team can score 85 points, pretty much right on their average for DePaul, 4 players in double figures, and just a wonderful showing there. But how about the defense? Forcing Villanova into 17 turnovers, 16 points off of those turnovers, 9 steals for the Blue Demons. This is why this team is #1 in the Big East, because they can put up the big numbers offensively, but they can really get you with their defense, and that's how so many of those points come so easy to the Blue Demons with that tough defense. Just a great overall game for DePaul here on their home floor to stay undefeated in the Big East.
And then there's Kelly Campbell, 11 points, 8 rebounds, no turnovers. A typical night for the senior and a typical night for the DePaul Blue Demons. They go to 18-2 in the season. The winning streak goes to 9, a perfect 8-0 in conference play. It was Harry Paretta's final game here at McGrath-Phillips Arena. The Blue Demons honored him, but then DePaul wins it in a big way. For Johnny Soper, for Patricia Babcock-McGraw, I'm Dave Bernhardt. Thanks for joining us here. It's a Blue Demons win in Lincoln Park.
Here, we do what others don't.
Dream what others won't. Driven to leap forward, determined to always give back.
Here, we work where giants have played, where the connection of work and ethic is made.
A diverse community possessed with a passion
to know and grow and go and show the world we are prepared to change it. Here, we ask what must be done, for in doing we learn and earn success.
And you can get there from here.
DePaul University. Here we do.